Are you sympathetic to, kind of looking back at ancient cultures and stuff that they had written down? Maybe, Egyptians, Assyrians, Babylonians, these stories, even the Enuma Elish. Are you sympathetic to, for lack of a better word, ancient aliens, aka people that have come down and modified?
Ooh, that is a question. You know what? It's like when we're talking about ancient aliens. I'm okay. I'm completely open-minded. I initially struggled with the idea that beings could have come from planets associated with other star systems.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with what I'm read, I just have to be completely open-minded. What I would say is, I believe history is cyclical rather than linear. I think the precession of the equinoxes
Mm.
really points to a cyclical nature of mankind that's almost it's analogously on par with the difference between the seasons that we experience in one year, such as spring, summer, autumn, winter. You imagine those changes, but changes to mankind on a scale of what is it, 25,920 years?
Mm.
And when you start to look at that, you can see it equates to, the history with the Greeks and the Egyptians, where they talk about, demigods, gods walking the earth. So there does seem to be periods within our history where something seems to occur,
Mm.
and the gods specific to this system come down on earth and walk with us, or active with us, or with certain societies that have kind of operated in a way where they're magically calling down those beings. Or, for all I know, something's coming from somewhere else, and is permitted to, I don't know, impose changes upon mankind for better or for worse.
Yeah.
Some of the new. So look, a lot of stuff started to pop out about extraterrestrial beings in the 40s in the United States. That's when it got hot. I mean, Roswell made it really hot. And then there's a couple of so-called projects or government projects associated with this that are highly cited. So like the Project Blue Book, then there's Project Blue Beam, there's Operation Paperclip, and those three really run the core of all the modern theories. Recently, we've seen the Pentagon coming out as saying that there does exist off-world aircrafts. But if so, I try to look at it from both sides, but I also see a momentum coming from the idea that they're interdimensional rather than being necessarily extraterrestrial. So maybe in the idea would be then like in this universe, it's possible that human beings are the dominant super intelligent life form. And in other universes, it's more about like a dimensional shift that occurs. How to put it? I mean, when we are contacted by these beings and they seem to understand our psyche and everything about us, I think of it as not just that they are so much more technologically advanced, but they have literally exited this level of whatever you want to call it, existence, the matrix, the limitations of the human body, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you said you don't want to talk about it, but can you comment at all about some of the things that maybe we can do as human beings
Mm.
to break out of those limits?
So, so when you look at esoteric and occult literature, it seems to be saying that we're at a halfway point in our evolution, you know. I mean, way back when we were just kind of like ideas, mental forms, we've gone through countless aeons to get to this stage. And, you know, as human beings, we're essentially microcosms of the macrocosm. We're miniaturized universes, each of us. So in terms of latent powers within us, I think, you know, people are starting to realize that there's a psychic aspect to our existence. And I think, I don't know about you guys, but I've kind of experienced, I think most people experience that. You know, you think of somebody, you've not thought about them for a while, they phone you, they email you, they text you. Like, I mean, that's happened to me so many times. And even like connections I've made on Instagram with people I've never met, you know, I'll like message or they'll message. It's like, gee, man, I'm just thinking about you. So, you know, where it's going to go evolutionarily speaking, I really have no idea. I mean, it's going to take there's so much evolution ahead of us, I think, before we as a race, as individuals even, exit physical incarnation. And I think it's all going to be, I think our existence it's almost like being in a college where you're working towards understanding what attributes of spirit and soul and mind and intelligence are required, so that, you know, you don't have to keep incarnating. Because, you know, when all's said and done, there's a lot of suffering on earth, you know, and we have to face death. And you know, it's pretty remorseful. It's hard going. It's hard to face for a lot of people, and I get that. And I feel very confident about death now, but because I'm in really good health. I mean, who knows, when I get to, like, you know, 2-3 weeks before I pass, I might be freaking out. I might be. I don't know. I'm not there yet, so I don't know. But it's a great question. I really enjoyed the UFO aspect of your question. I think there's not so much danger, but I think considering these interdimensional objects as all off planet and extraterrestrial, I think that's maybe short-sighted and misguided. I think these things have clearly steered our culture and our thinking. You said from like 1940s, 1950s, yeah, they've steered our culture and our thinking so much. You know, I'm tempted to say there's still no hard evidence of their existence, but obviously there's these metamaterials that ufologists get really excited about, and I get that, but I don't think you have to assume it's come from another planet outside our solar system, outside our galaxy. I think, you know, there's powerful beings out there that are steering and shaping our cultures.
Are you tired of the government trying to calcify your pineal gland and turn you into nothing more than a working zombie? Look no further, because the Houston Ensemble has now been sponsored by the amazing Epic Water Filters. Tell us what they do, Armin.
Epic Water Filter is the only true filtration system you need. All these other filtration systems skip out on so many terrible chemicals and minerals that are still in your water and that you should not be drinking.
Fluoride, chromium, lead, all these other things that you do not want in your water. We've got water bottles with filters on them. We've got home installation filters. We've even got pitchers. Right now you can get 20% off any of these items on epicwaterfilters.com if you use our discount code Houston Ensemble, all lowercase, one word.
That's Houston Ensemble, lowercase, one word, for 20% off your Epic Water Filter.